If you want to live a great life, start by making your bed. It sounds simple, but that one thing that you have achieved, I have made my bed, my room is clean and neat. Just that one, it will create a domino effect to another one, then a domino effect to another one, then a domino effect to another one. Keystone. Shalom, beloved. What's up? This is your brother and a friend, Eric Mungai. In our past clip, we talked about consistency, and we said it's about having a rhythm, okay? Having a pace which you can balance your life with. When you think about marathon, as we said in the last clip, when you talk to Eliud Kipchoge, he will let you know that those who finish the race, especially in marathon, are not those who sprint very fast, but they are those who build a consistent pace throughout the race. So it's important for you to understand that a routine is important. As a young person, you must have a routine, and this routine is what we call habits. So we say that consistency becomes a very fundamental principle that underpins all significant accomplishments. In other words, nothing gets done in life without consistency. You have to keep at it, 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 until now you have polished it. There's a law in the, I think it's in the law, where when they practice law, that they say you have to do it at least 14,000 times. For you to be good at something, you have to do it for at least 14,000 times for you to be called an expert at it. All right? But for you to do that, you have to create some habits. Habits create the rhythm. So in this segment, allow me to define habits, and also let's see what are some of the advantages of having cultivated godly habits. Understand this, that your organismic self, when you are created, you are empty, you are free, you are pure, you are undefiled. All right, your self-concept had not been defined or defiled. Then immediately you started growing up, your self-concept started getting influenced by your environment, your peers, your parents, all right, your guardians, the media. That is what has informed how you've been acting so far. But the good thing is that because these habits and behaviors are learned, we can learn and relearn. All right. So what exactly are habits? What exactly are habits? Habits are invisible architecture in our daily lives. All right. They are the routines and behaviors that we perform almost automatically, often without our unconscious mind, often with our unconscious mind. For example, you woke up today in the morning, you brushed your teeth, you went to the washroom, you refreshed your body. Majority of those things, I submit to you, they are not, you did them unconsciously. You did them without having thought about it, all right? You sleep on the right side of bed. You wake up and step the left foot early in the morning. You yawn, you stretch. Those are unconscious things that you have ingrained in your subconscious that happen almost automatically without you having to think. All right, so we are saying the power of habits lie in their ability to shape our actions and consequently our destiny. Don't ignore habits. They will shape, no matter how great you are. No matter how great you are. People close to Mzee Moi will tell you that he had a habit of waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning. All right, and call all the PCs and give them instruction and get an understanding of how the state of affairs is in the nation. Every successful person has some routines, has some habits, and for you, you're no exemption. All right, so they shape our destiny. So understanding and harnessing this power can create a life that aligns with our deepest aspirations and goals. You see the energy that the Gen Zs and the millennials have, if this energy can be channeled, if this energy can be focused on a particular assignment, there is no telling who you will become on this planet. You remember the magnifying glass, that we used to use as a weapon in schools. We used to point it at the sun rays, and kuna vile ulikuwa unachilia ina point mpaka inakuwa weapon. It could even start burning. Alright, that's how focused you need to be on your energies. That you need to cultivate habits and routines that are taking you close to who you want to become in this lifetime. Alright, so a habit, again, is a repeated behavior that becomes ingrained in our neural pathways. You have done it so much until it is now ingrained in your neural pathways. When an action is repeated consistently, it transitions from being a deliberate effort to an automatic response. There are people who automatically abuse you. There are people who will automatically slap you. There are people who are just will have some vulgar language automatically. It's a habit you have cultivated. But the good news is that you can learn and relearn. All right, so this automation, the mind will automate this information so that it can free up mental energy and allow you to focus on other tasks and decisions. So in other words, your mind wants you to multitask. All right, so anything that is learned and sent to the subconscious, the mind frees that space and allows you to do that while still doing another thing. You get the point? This is why habits are so powerful. They enable us to perform essential actions effortlessly and consistently. Now, when you have positive habits, they act as a building block to a successful and a fulfilling life. And understand this is a do-it-yourself project. No matter how much your parents love you, no matter how much your guardians love you, this is a do-it-yourself project. This is something that you have to deliberately do if you desire to leave a legacy that will outlive you. All right, so for some few moments, let me mention some 5 advantages of good habits. Just 5 advantages. Number 1, habits develop stability and structure, ensuring that we continue to make incremental progress even on days when we do not feel particularly driven. All right, remember we talked about consistency, and we said consistency is compounded efforts in the right direction. All right, now habits will help you get incremental progress. Let me be honest, it's not every day that you want to do the right thing. It's not the default setting of man is decadence. So when you give me an option between studying and sleeping, my body will desire to sleep. But if I cultivate habits that are ingrained in my system, that every day I have to study, every day I have to pray, every day I have to read a good book, every day I have to do this. Now those habits will help me do what I ought to do even when I do not feel like it. So that is number 1. Number 2, habits have the propensity to make you bypass resilience and often accompanies new challenge that often accompanies new challenging tasks. For example, when you first attempt something new, it requires considerable mental effort and can feel daunting. However, as we repeat the action, it becomes easier and more natural. Let me give you an example. When I was doing my driving test, way back when I was doing my driving test, it was so difficult for me to balance the gears, the clutch, the steer wheel. It was so difficult. Every now and then nilikuwa najikuta nikichungulia na changaa, naangalia hiyo ni brake, hiyo ni clutch, naangalia hii ni steering, kidogo nimepotea kwa barabara. But when I kept doing it, when you keep doing it, you know, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4, this is number 5, this is reverse. Now it is ingrained in your system. Right now, I drive my manual car while chewing, while doing other things. It is now ingrained in my mindset, in my subconscious, that I can do other tasks even without thinking whether I'm driving or not. But when I started, it was so daunting. I never thought I could ever move a manual vehicle from point A to point Z. So what am I saying? That habits have the propensity to make you bypass resilience that often accompanies new challenging tasks. Every new challenge comes with a daunting mental demand. But when you do it again and again, when you start cultivating new habits right now, you will encounter resistance. But when you keep at it, it becomes easier and easier and easier. All right? So number 3, habits play a crucial role in shaping our identity. This is because our actions are a reflection of those habits repeated over time. All right. So by consciously choosing and cultivating habits that align with our desired identity, we reinforce the person that we aspire to become. I hope that is clear. Number 4, as I draw to a conclusion, habits create a foundation for excellence. Very important. All right. In a field where, whether it, in whichever field you are being called to, whether it is sports, religion, whether it is business, anywhere, the highest achievers are those who have developed a habit that supports their success. There has to be a habit that supports your success. These individuals do not rely on occasional bursts of inspiration. Instead, they have ingrained necessary practices into their daily routine. All right. So a disciplined approach allows you to continuously refine your skill and achieve mastery. All right. You do not see at I'm motivated, I feel like, no, you do it, you keep at it, because it's now a habit, it's now a routine, it's now a pace that you have created in your subconscious. Finally, habits influence other areas of our lives through a domino effect known as the keystone habits. All right. There's a domino effect. In other words, when you do one thing right, there are other things that always fall into place. These are, well, for example, when you exercise, for example, you say every morning I'll be exercising, whether it is for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it will create a wonderful mood. When you have a good mood, your thinking faculties are activated. All right, your energies are high. Now you see, one good habit has created a domino effect. That is why I think, I don't know who I was listening to on YouTube, and he said, if you want to live a great life, start by making your bed. It sounds simple, but that one thing that you have achieved, I have made my bed, my room is clean and neat. Just that one, it will create a domino effect to another one, then a domino effect to another one, then a domino effect to another one. Keystone. All right, keystone habits. Are you getting the point? Now, because habits are learned and unlearned, I want you to ask yourself, if you continue thinking the way you've been thinking, if you continue acting the way you've been acting, will you get to your destiny? That is a question that you have to answer yourself. Now, if not, painstakingly pay the price and accept the trade-offs. Why? Because if you want to go where others have not gone, you must be willing to do what others have not done. May we keep walking by faith. God bless you.